Hey, so I wanted to come on as I'm cleaning because when I clean, it's one of the things that I do with my work, and it puts me into a meditative state. Often, like walking, crocheting, driving. I can mindlessly clean. It's not hard. So as I do that, I oftentimes speak with my spirit guides, and I speak with any high vibrational beings that I'm calling in that are here to help me to elevate and to expand to my highest benefit and those around me. So I'm having a conversation, and recently I've done some cord cutting. It was one of the things that I was very much being guided to do. And when I did perform my ritual through my intuition and some knowledge, I was able to really shed a lot of things that were not mine, that I didn't even know were there. Okay. I feel so different and good because one of the things that I acknowledge and recognize is that we're born high vibrational beings. We're already high vibrational. That is our natural state. There is nothing outside of that. And when we are coming into this dimension and into this plane, one of the things that we have agreed to, my personal opinion, we've agreed to is like the parents, the lineage that we're coming into for specific reasons to help us to really move through some lessons that we are planning to move through when we come here. And of course, we're simultaneously doing all sorts of things all at one time. It's very complex and simple all together. So it was brought to my attention today that, that you have so when we're in the womb, I'm going to pull back a minute. When we're in the womb, we are downloading the consciousness of our mother and our father and the beings around us, and the way that they connect and the way that they are feeling emotionally and on an energetic level. We are sitting in their vibration and we adopt their vibration. Okay. And we're born out of the womb, and then 0 to 7 years, that's the technical age terms, that a lot of programmings and things are downloaded into the child. And then from that point forward, you create your own coping mechanisms that look and resemble and mimic a lot of what your parents have done because of what you've downloaded internally into your programming. And we get to a point, into a stage in our life where we're like, okay, I'm not being myself. I'm not speaking my truth. I'm not actually who I want to be. And you get to this point where you're like highly uncomfortable with being this facade and being this people pleaser and this person that everybody tells you should be and told you how to believe and told you how to see yourself and what you were, and just the ways that you felt about yourself through experiences, and through trauma, energies that are being stored. And so you're really just here to actually like shed and receive. Okay. And of course we're giving, right? Like we're giving through energy exchanges and all sorts of different ways that we are giving, but the universe is here to also co-create with us. We're not alone. We're not alone. So, and we didn't get just dropped off here when we're like born. You don't just get dropped off and like, well, good luck, Sally, Sue, good luck. With all that programming, make it out. I hope you can make it out. See you on the other side. Like, it's not like that. You're fully guided through this experience, also by your higher self. There's high intelligences that are creating all these things around you and co-creating all these things around you. Now, I was brought to my attention today that you can remove the ties and remove the programming and do that cord cutting specifically with your parents, your mother and your father, and their programs that they downloaded within you consciously and unconsciously, that you adopted, that you no longer want to hold on to. And I have to admit, there was this part of me that felt guilt, right? Even though I was like, yeah, right, there were some things I would absolutely love to let go of. I for some reason felt like I was like letting go of my mom, like cord cutting against my own mother after we've cultivated such a relationship through pain and trauma felt, in a sense, a little behind the scenes, like shady, or not shady, but like I felt guilty. I felt really bad because I love my mom and I don't wish to not have her strengths, but there's a lot of programming that I do believe has helped make it a little bit more challenging for me to obtain or to do certain things, and maybe that even in itself is what's giving it power. But my spirit guide said, you're not removing or letting go of a person, you're removing and letting go of energies and the programming. And you can also be very specific with your words, where you're like, not anything that is outside of unconditional love. You know, you can create your own boundaries with the way that you are speaking to what you're choosing to release, so you can really tailor it to the experience that you want. You have the power, right? So that's something that I'm really, I really got excited about, because like I said, I was feeling guilty, and then I realized, wait, I don't have to feel guilty. This is something that I can do for pure love for myself. And I'm not letting go of my mother. I'm letting go of the programmings and the beliefs and anything that is subconscious that I'm just not fully seeing that I have going on, but I can feel like there's still something running in the background. There's still a program like running in the background that's not really serving me, and I can't quite put my finger on it. Because they can be really deep, and they can come from my mother's mother or my great-great-grandmother. So there is a lot of that. And yeah, with that, I just wanted to say that there is so much power in cord cutting. And if you are experiencing moments and, you know, cycles and loops of thoughts and actions and just the way things are happening, and if you have even been able to see that there's some mimicry of your life to your parents' life and in a way that you really don't want to experience, cord cutting is a very, very helpful, it's a very helpful ritual to do for yourself that allows you to liberate yourself from the programs and to get into a space where you can truly cultivate what you really want and allow your authentic self to shine. And then you're really pulling in the experiences that deep down you really want to experience, because we're always being supported by the universe. It supports anything that we think and anything that we believe in, any programs that we have running. And so we also have the power within us to go into that and to make changes, and to sit with ourselves, to sit with our emotions, to sit with these programs and see how they've served us in the past. Like, we did it because it worked, right? It's not an issue. It just might be something that you're realizing doesn't serve you anymore. But at some point in your life, it somehow protected you, it helped you, it got you where you needed to go, it kept you going, it kept maybe the fire inside of you, or it allowed you to just have your basic needs being met while you were in your survival mode trying to make it through there. So there's a lot of benefits in cord cutting. I can also do another video on how I cord cut and how I do it, because everybody is different. And one thing that I truly believe is that you can go on Pinterest and YouTube and Google and whatever and look up how to cord cut and how to do this, but I find it super important and like it's critical, in my opinion, it's critical to not mimic or copy the way certain people do it if you don't feel good about doing it that way. If you kind of feel like, okay, this is what the internet's saying to do and it doesn't feel natural and flowy, I would slow down and just say, okay, what do I feel guided to do? What do I feel called to do? And of course, before I even start my cord cutting process, you're getting into a specific energy. You are calling in your guides. This is just my way of doing it. You're calling in your guides. You're calling in any beings, high dimensional beings that are here to help you and assist you. You're calling them in and you're communing with them, and you are coming together as one to release and ignite, right? It's the exhale and the inhale, and we're letting things go to breathe back in the sacred breath and the fresh air and the newness of what is to come now after the releasing and the shedding. And so, again, it's a really powerful process. Of course, there's ways that you can even enhance it or amplify it, doing it on eclipse seasons, full moons, even new moons. And yeah, also when you feel intuitively called, that's very highly important, is to listen to your intuition and make that your main guide, your main compass, because that is the divine intelligence literally working within you and communicating within you and through you, to help you here, right? To help you in any way that you need. And yeah, it was just a really great thing, and it was liberating to understand that it's also not something that you're letting go of people unless you really want to, right? There is, like I said, you tailor it to you. But when it comes to me doing this with me and my parents, it won't be a releasing of, a full severing of this relationship. It's just a severing of the programs and a severing of any energies that have gotten stuck or have created stagnation within my fields that I'm unaware of, but can feel that I'm not performing or feeling in the way which my reality, I would think that I would feel, right? So one of the also things I just really quickly want to slide this in here is I recently, not too recently, but I've also like kind of looked around my life and I've saw like recently, like I saw, wow, the way that things look and the way that if I took a step back out of my life and I'm like, wow, the way that this looks is not the way that I feel, right? Like how things are really working out for me, the location that I've landed into, the houses that I've landed into, the wonderful neighbors that I've landed with, the type of things that are constantly coming my way, just these blessings that are constantly pouring in. But I'm feeling like I'm still dealing with how I don't understand how you could do that to us, even though I really felt like I have cleaned that out. I felt like I cleaned that closet. There's still some dust. There's still some residue left. So looking around your life and being like, okay, this is what I'm experiencing on a physical level. What am I experiencing on an energetic and an emotional level, right? Because they're very much one and the same. It's like, then it allows you to see, oh, I'm feeling like I could be abandoned at any moment, but my life is really showing a lot of this support, right? I feel like, I still have some resentment towards my mother, but we've cultivated this really wonderful relationship, so it's hard to have this like underlying resentment. And so basically, since we're on this spiral, we're coming back to things. That's one of the things that I love trusting Source in, is that you don't have to worry about remembering everything or thinking you need to fix all of these things. If there's something that is right now needing your attention, Source is so good at taking that and bringing it right to your attention over and over and over again. So if you're experiencing, the same people, different faces, the same energies, different places, you are probably being shown something that is saying, hey, can you please take a look at me? I really need your attention, because once you release me or go through this process, we can get to the next stage or the next step that you really are going to enjoy. But until then, this is going to linger around until you pay attention to it, until you take some, give it some TLC, So, anyways, I'm not going to make this too long. That was just a little spiel on what I experienced this morning while I was doing my dishes. Peace. Mwah.